Hey guys, Chris from Hockey Tutorial here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new Green Biscuit Snipe. So what this puck is a new puck from Green Biscuit that allows you to practice your shooting, and that's all sorts of shooting, your wrist shots, slap shots, snap shots, whatever you want to practice, but still being able to do a bit of stick handling and passing with this puck. Because it's been constructed from a slightly different material, it doesn't slide as well as the previous Green Biscuit that we've seen over here, but you get the added benefit that the new Snipe puck can be used to shoot with. Now the first question that's been on everyone's mind since Green Biscuit announced this new puck is how much abuse can this thing actually take? Is it stronger than the original puck, and can you actually shoot with it without it breaking? So what I'll be doing is firing these two pucks against the curb to exaggerate the amount of damage that these pucks would sustain while you're practicing with them at home, to give you an idea of how much more durable the new Green Biscuit Snipe is. Of course, when you're using this new puck for shooting at home, you're only occasionally going to miss and hit the crossbar. You're not actually going to be intending on punching the puck against a brick or a concrete wall. So the idea behind this video is to see the extent of damage that we can inflict on this new puck, and see how well this older puck is going to hold up against it, and to kind of give us an idea of how much stronger the new Green Biscuit Snipe actually is. The new Snipe puck is to be used for slap shots, wrist shots, snap shots, and also a little bit of passing and stick handling. So we're going to see if it can actually live up to those expectations. So on my left over here we have the original Green Biscuit puck, which was for stick handling and passing, but a lot of people did still use this thing for shooting, and I thought the best way for us to run this sort of test would be to pair it up against the older Green Biscuit and see if it can outlive it. So I'm going to be shooting against that curb that you might be able to see just over there. Off my pro-size shooting pad over there. We're going to be using the Snipe puck and the original Green Biscuit to see which one breaks first. So let's take a look at this video to see if this thing is actually as durable and can take slap shots and wrist shots like Green Biscuit say. Of course, to make this as fair as a test as possible, what I've done is I've used a Green Biscuit puck that is roughly about the same age as this Snipe puck on my right. They're both just over a week and a half. They've been used very, very extensively. The Green Biscuit has maybe been used a little bit more, and it's also been left out in the rain, but so is this one over here. So we'll see what sort of results we can get from this test over here. Ooh, broken. Okay, I am really stunned. I wasn't expecting the original Green Biscuit to hold up for such a little or minimal amount of time under some wrist shots. You can see that there's one piece there, two piece, three piece. I don't know where the rest of it is, but this is all I've got left of the original Green Biscuit, as you can see there. This thing, as I said, wasn't really that old, wasn't really that abused, and you can see as soon as you start shooting with this thing against something solid, if you're shooting them fairly hard and fairly powerfully, this thing literally just does disintegrate. And my wrist shot, the fastest I've ever gotten it when I had one of those radar guns, was up to 55 miles an hour, which isn't really that powerful, so I was quite surprised to see that this thing has just disintegrated under that. To make this a bit of a fairer test, because as I said, this thing was a bit more used than the actual previous, than the Snipe puck that we're using, I've actually gotten another Green Biscuit puck. This is one that's slightly older, but again, this has no chips on it, no cracks, so we're going to see how this holds up shooting, and if the Snipe puck is going to be able to do a lot better than this. So we're going to do the same with this one over here, and then we're going to switch over to the Snipe puck and see if that holds up. This one's already started to break up. I think that was my third or fourth shot. You can see there, that bolt at the bottom there is completely exposed. We'll see how much more abuse it can take. Okay, I don't think we can do a much fairer test than that. That's two Green Biscuits. The first one withstood, I don't know, maybe 10 to 15 shots before it completely disintegrated. The second Green Biscuit didn't even withstand anywhere near that. I'd say half that. I maybe took about 5 or 6 shots, and then this thing just started to fall apart. I can't believe how soft these things actually are when you actually start to shoot with them, and this is why these things are for passing and stick handling only. So this is the first one over here. If I just grab the second one real quick, and there's the second one there. So you've seen it in front of the camera with your own eyes. Two Green Biscuits destroyed in a matter of minutes when you actually shoot with them. So from that, Let's now take a look at the snipe puck and see how much abuse this thing can take. So we took, I'm going to total it at, say, 20 shots with the Green Biscuit puck. So we're going to be aiming to do about 20 or 30 shots with this snipe puck and see how well it holds up against the same abuse. Quick point to mention, I mean, I did say in the start of this video that I was going to be doing slap shots and wrist shots when I was going to be testing this puck's durability out, but this thing didn't even make it past the wrist shot, so, I mean, that speaks for itself, really. There's no need to go to the slappers, because I think that would absolutely destroy this thing in probably just a couple of hits. So let's move on to the snipe puck that I've already set up just down there, and take a look at how long that's going to hold out. So after taking the snipe out for a bit of abuse, I did a load of slap shots, load of wrist shots. I said that we'd do it about, aim for about 10 to 20 shots, maybe 30. I've done well over that. I've probably done about 50 to 60 shots with this thing. About 10 to 15 slap shots. This thing holds up incredibly well. I took a couple shots also with a regular puck to see the difference in weight, and it's not really that noticeable when you switch from the Green Biscuit Snipe to a regular hockey puck, which is quite nice. It means that your training is going to be sort of worthwhile, because you're training with something that's a similar weight to a product that you'll be using on the ice. So taking a nice detailed look at this, I will quickly mention out that I did wash this thing because it was a little bit covered in mud and debris from the wall, so I wanted it to be nice and clean so you could see exactly how much damage this thing has. So you can see it's got a tiny little, it's not really a crack, it's more of an indentation or a bend in the plastic along here. But this is literally from abusing it against a curb for the better part of the last few hours of the day. But going around the rest of the puck, you can see all it has is just some minor cosmetical scratches and dinks where it's smashed into the corner of the curb. This is the only major bit of damage which doesn't affect the way the puck works at all. I'll take you a bit closer to this damage so you can see exactly what I mean by it being a fold. So getting a bit closer to the puck there for you, you can see what I mean by this isn't actually a crack. It's more like a dent or a fold from where the puck smacked against the corner of the curb. But besides that, you can see that this thing is in perfect condition. I'm incredibly surprised at how much abuse this thing took. The Green Biscuit pucks previously, as we showed you, took no more than 10 shots, and those were wrist shots, not even slap shots, and the things completely broke apart. This thing is still good to go, and it's been abused. Obviously, when you get your puck, you're going to be shooting into goals or shooting tops, and you might miss the goal, you might hit a wall, you might miss the goal and hit the post or something, but the test that we've done today is more of an exaggeration on how much abuse these things can take. So obviously you're not going to be pounding your pucks against walls or curbs. If you are, fair enough, but you know that this snipe puck is going to be able to live up to the expectations that Green Biscuit have said it'll be able to do. So if you're going to be using your Green Biscuit Snipe to aim for goals and you accidentally hit the post or you miss and hit a wall or a curb, you know that the puck is going to be completely fine. I've been pounding this thing against walls and curbs as hard as I can for the better part of a couple of hours for the day, and you can see that this thing is still in one piece, which is very, very good. You can still use this thing for stick handling and your passing, so it's definitely going to be a must-have for off-ice training this year. So what we have over here is the curb that I was shooting at while I was testing out the Green Biscuits. You can see that if I get a bit closer there's pieces of the original Green Biscuit all over this place, but not one piece of the new Green Biscuit Snipe. So the puck can definitely be used for shooting with, and you can see the damage that it's done to my curb over there. I'm going to have to do a bit of repainting and cleaning up before the girlfriend gets back, or she won't be too happy with what I've done to a garden. But you can see that the Green Biscuit Snipe was actually strong enough to damage the curb itself rather than damaging itself, which is sort of testament to how strong this new thing is. So can the new Green Biscuit Snipe take your wrist shots and snap shots and also your slap shots at high power and speed? The answer to that question is definitely a yes. I also wanted to say a massive thank you to Green Biscuit for sending us the pucks to make this video possible, so thanks a lot, Green Biscuit.